My name is Peace Service Ambassador Kambola Milton. I want to address today the young people in Uganda, but also on the continent of Africa. As we draw closer to presidential and parliamentary elections in the country, Uganda, but also referring to other countries are also going to do the same on the continent of Africa, I want to address myself on a threat, on the challenge of human trafficking. Now that we are going into elections, it is very paramount that young people, but also the parents in the country, look or vote for that candidate that is promising sustainable solutions to address human trafficking in Uganda. This is not good at all. It has left our children get lost from their families. It has caused the death of young people in different countries of the world. But it has also left young families having no parents to take care of the young children, because their fathers and mothers were smuggled across the world, particularly in the Western countries, in the Middle East, but some parts of Asia. And following up the days, the occurrences of these challenges is very difficult. Even international police has limited capacity to trace the whereabouts of our children, our daughters and sons, who would have really been here taking care of their families, but also causing national transformation. So I want to urge you, Ugandans, who are going into elections, please vote members of parliament and the president of the country who's coming to solve human trafficking once and for all, so that we don't have our children, our parents, our sisters and brothers disappearing on the face of the world. I want to also urge you, young people, please, I want to inform you that when Messi was in his country, particularly I think is from Brazil. Messi is from Brazil, Argentina. He's from Argentina. He was already talented. He had a blessing from God, which he invested in, concentrated in, and nurtured until these people from Europe, powerful clubs, came to buy him off, hired him off to come and play in the UEFA Championship League, and paid his family a lot of dollars, a lot of euros. And today he's one of the best 5 soccer players around the world. He has really made enough money in billions of dollars. So he has even a personal aircraft, a personal jet. They call them private jet. His wife and his children, a peaceful family. His parents are enjoying his blessing, his talents. He did not accept to be bought as a slave, but he concentrated in his country, in Argentina, to nurture his talent. And he knew one day, yes, he would achieve success from soccer. Now I want to encourage young people in Africa, and particularly my country, Uganda. Young people, please just trust God, have faith in God, that when you remain faithful, when you remain with peace in your heart, when you remain with transparency and integrity, and with the culture to serve, to volunteer, to go to school and be a professional, a doctor, a professional engineer. You go and learn about how to defend the environment. You have a dream to become a president. You go and learn the science in leadership and governance from Makerere University. One day, through practice, through service, through volunteering and delivering what you have to develop and rise your community from point X to point Y, one day you will become a billionaire. One day you will become a president. Maybe you will become a sports champion, a boxer like now, brother, who was here a few weeks ago, is now a world champion. You know, in boxing, in boxing, he won a championship in the United States. He was here last week. And now everyone is talking about this young man called Taylor. You know, he is now a powerful icon. But look at the process it takes. It takes patience. It takes faithfulness in God. That you, God, who created me, who knew me before I was born, and therefore you did not bring me here to suffer, but flourish and contribute to your vision. You will never fail. And young people who know that it takes the mind, the energy to practice and become an excellent player, an excellent champion. So you will achieve. No one is going to stop your way. If you are the best in boxing, you will become the world best boxer in the world. And all these companies, Adidas, Nike, all these companies, MTN, Airtel, all these banks stand big, but they will want to sponsor you. They will want you to host you, to support you to the next championship, because they want their company their legacies to associate to you. Because you have the numbers that follow you, that really are inspired by your talent. But here are the young people who just want to achieve without working. Then these are opportunities they hear on social media. We want housemaids in Qatar. We want housemaids in Dubai. There is no interview. Please, you just come with your passport, and here you just land in Dubai to become a billionaire. That is not true. What is actually true is that somebody who wants to take you to some of these countries is basically going to ruin your life. Because anything that comes cheap that way is not going to change your life. It's going to destroy your life, because that person wants you to reach his country or tap this opportunity cheaply, because he or she may be interested in your heart. So that they can sell your heart to a rich man in the United States. Maybe they want to they are looking for a liver that is very healthy to be sold to a billionaire in Spain or in Italy. And now a poor young boy and girl from a village, in my village, Karambin Kasese, you are there, you think you'll never be a billionaire. At the age of 25, you're already frustrated. And now here is the communication on WhatsApp, on TV, on these fake radios around, and the opportunity looks cheap, looks easy, looks sweet, and it is for free. Then you think you can become a billionaire without working. Then you go to the plane, you rush quickly to Qatar, Dubai, and to Turkey, to everywhere around the globe. Look, there is nothing that is great, that is good, that you can just get for free. It's only God that gives that, and that means the oxygen you're putting in your body free of charge. And why? Do you know why it is for free? Because the owner is God. But these things called houses, I want a beautiful house, I want a beautiful suit, I want a beautiful car, Mercedes, I want a very good... all these things, you go to work and sweat for them. You have to start slowly and start a kiosk in your community. Start selling some sweets, some sodas, and some, sugar, some salt. You go to merchandise, you go to open a business and start saving 10,000 per day, 1 million per year. Maybe after 2 years, you start making profits of 30 million, 40 million the other year. After 5 years, you are in 1 billion. You're already billionaire and rich, and you can make and have everything you've been dreaming about. It's a process, my young brother, my young sister. I did that. I passed through that story. I was a street kid. Yes, I was on the streets carrying luggages for rich people. I was a career for people, 50 kgs. I want to go to Kabale. Please carry my luggage, and I will be behind you. Then we go to the tax park. I used to be a luggage carrier, 50 kgs, 100 kgs.
every day using my energy, and they pay me. But slowly by slowly, within minutes, I became somebody because I trusted God that one day He will give me what I wanted. I saved money. I saved legacy that I'm transparent because I didn't steal things from those people who entrusted me with their goods. I didn't steal their money. No, I didn't steal anything. And because they trusted me, they gave me more opportunity. They gave me gifts. They gave me opportunity to learn, to tell me that, Milton, yes, remain transparent. One day you will become somebody. Look, after a few years, somebody came from Germany. Another person came from Kampala here. It is a Uganda man. They gave me free education. Can you imagine? Somebody paid my high school. A school also gave me opportunity to be in the school and play football, excellent football. In the past 11, the country got to understand that Milton is a superstar in soccer. The school was sponsoring me. There was someone who sponsored me also by giving me some money to buy the logistics necessary for my education. And look, after that I got another sponsor from Germany who sponsored me in Makerere University. Oh my God, you don't know what I'm talking about. Do you know why that person sponsored me? Because she saw me as a very transparent person, a hardworking person, a person who had a big dream. You know what I told this lady? Because from primary, when I saw the problems of Uganda, always I dreamt and had interest to one day lead Uganda and be a president of the country. And this woman asked me how. I said, I want to bring peace in Uganda, peace from the family, and transparency in the country so that we end corruption. The things that I stood for amazed her mind. She was not a politician, but at the young age, she could see somebody that could really liberate Uganda, liberate Africa. And I said, I don't want this politics of dividing people. She said, oh, are you sure? How are you going to do it? I said, no. When I become a president, I would want to work with all religious leaders, all the kings, all the parents, and to fix education and to fix values in the country. And then we turn our natural resources. So what I'm talking about here is that I was able to pass those challenges, but then I had many opportunities because of my own character. So you must have something called good character to attract power, to attract opportunities. So after university, from Makerere University Business School, I had now to get to another level. God is a God of levels. He gives you levels depending on the spiritual growth. Every time you trust Him more and dedicate your life to serve, to live for the sake of others, to be disciplined, to be humble, to have integrity and transparency, regardless of the pain that you're facing. For example, your sister may be sick, but someone has entrusted you with 5 million shillings to keep for him. If he sees that you're not using the money and that he will provide a solution for your sister to heal. But then do you have capacity to go to that somebody and say, my sister is sick, yet I have your money. Please, may you lend me 5,000 shillings and I pay for hospital bills. Or you are the person who just goes to use someone's money to spend on treating your sister. God is a God of levels. He wants to see that you are spiritually growing in making sure you remain transparent, and that when problems are there, you give them to Him. Not going to the shrine and start asking Satan, whatever shrine, but I hear Namugongo shrine, I mean the shrines of Satan. Those shrines that they are not worshiping God, one true God, the creator of heaven and earth. That every time you have a challenge, you go to Satan and serve him. God is a God of levels. He works in our lives through levels, seeing that we are mature. Then after Makerere University, I am now here. I am here serving as the president of the Global Peace Foundation. This organization
works in more than 21 nations around the globe, with headquarters in Washington, D.C. in the United States of America. And here we are serving in every part of the world where conflict is. We are healing families. We are uniting communities. We are bringing countries together, presidents together, religions together, kings together. We in schools working to transform education outcomes. The dream of becoming a head of state is already I'm a president of one of the biggest organizations in the world. Here I'm serving in the continent of Africa and bridging peace in my country, in East Africa, in Africa and the rest of the world. My young brother, do not accept those easy ways as promises to take you to Dubai, to be a housemaid, in the promise that I want to be a billionaire from being a housemaid in Dubai. Yes, you'll be paid $200. But if that promise is coming through very cheap ways to you, without training, for example, without preparing you well, that somebody bringing this promise is not equally spiritually mature, that somebody is just coming in and please run away from that person. Run away as fast as possible, because that somebody who's giving you this easy way is simply going to donate you to rich people in Dubai or anywhere in the world to take away your liver, your heart, your kidney, so that they make money out of you, and you will have either one kidney and you come back with one liver. So they will donate your heart and you will die. The biggest trade right now, the most lucrative and most profitable trade in the world is no longer gold and the diamonds. It is what we call body organs trade, because the heart goes for $200,000. So this is who I am now. So my brother, I'm talking to you. My sister, I'm talking to you. One is that anything that comes your way cheaply without deploying your 5 senses, your mind to see the end from the beginning, that what is the official process of going to Dubai. If it is housemaid, there must be a protocol or a plan for training approved by the government of Uganda. The government of Uganda really is doing us also this service, because all these things that are happening happen when they are seen. But the government, some of these leaders in government supposed to control, that are supposed to manage risks, I think I must say they benefit from these issues, from these problems. Maybe somebody must investigate so that we also get to know the weakness of government. But I must say that it's cheap, it kills, and it destroys families, because we lose you and your family does not benefit from you. So from today onwards, I request you listening to me right now to know you can still be a billionaire, a rich person, and even achieve your dreams while you are in Uganda. You do not need to go to America or in Europe or China or Korea or anywhere, or in the UK, that's where you're going to become rich from, or that's where you will get capital to open your business. The mindset must be, what are you doing in your community that is providing solutions to these households, and people can pay for those solutions? If you have failed to do that, even if you went anywhere in the world, even in a country where there is milk and honey and dollars are just on the road speaking, you will never succeed. You will still come as you wait. If you are a poor person in the mind,
Even if they gave you free money, you will lose the money along the way. It's just a matter of time. If you do not have the seeds of innovation, of entrepreneurship, of managing money and multiplying money from 100 shillings to 1 million shillings after 1 year, you will still remain an idiot, a poor person as you were 5 years ago. What is the magic bullet here? I'm talking about that you are a miracle child of God. You are designed for championship. You are designed and created to win, and you were created to become rich. What's only failing you is that you are taking life in a simple way. You cannot become a champion without practicing every day and night. You got to fix your mindset first, and your attitude that yes, I can make it. I can make it through practice, through starting a business from small scratch, that I do not need somebody to beg someone to give me capital. You beg, please, until you become his own slave. No. Cheap richness goes very fast. That's why I'm telling you that in the last 40 years, the billionaires who just got money through gambling today, after 40 years, are nowhere on the face of this country. But when you look at people who started with a small industry in a village of turning, maize into posho, into, after 40 years, they are the Mokwanos of this world. They are the metas of this world, and everyone is consuming their product in your houses because they never gave up. But for you, you think your destiny is to become a housemaid in Dubai and Qatar, and then after reaching there, they turn you into a prostitute. Yes, they must, because you went without a clear vision. When you reach there, they will turn you into a homosexual, because they will say, can we turn you into a homosexual and we paid you $10,000? You think that money is now turning you just a rich person immediately because you want to be rich immediately. It will not work like that. You will be a homosexual, they will sell your kidney, your liver, and in 5 years, 10 years, you will be dead, because you cannot operate without good health, without all the organs in your body in health way. They will urinate on you, they will even feed you feces. That's what is happening now. And so government, please, government of Uganda, as you are now pulling out your manifestos and posters, please prioritize and stop this business immediately, where our children are being enslaved in the Western countries, in Asia and in Europe. That business must end, because African people are so valuable to God. Just like other races, we are equally very valuable. We are not born slaves, but we were born free. And then when we are free, we are supposed to sustain our lives and be rich and achieve success using our talents. Yes, we can. Barack Obama, President of the United States, say, yes, you can. Yes, we can. I made it. Yes, and I'm still working hard to make sure that I provide solutions to Ugandan problems. Yes, you can become a billionaire through innovations. You can make a computer, why not? Yes, you can turn and make furniture out of plastic bottles and make a chair like this one, and you sell. Uganda is an open market economy. It's a private sector-led economy. You can sell these things and people will buy them. And you can put even your name on it and say, I am Mr. Mike. Yes, we are Mukama, and people will buy them. Stop that nonsense of thinking that you can't. You can make it. You can even become the best runner in your community and become a best runner in that Olympics of next year. Yes, we can. And so, Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development, please strengthen the protocols of controlling the labor export system, of making sure the right labor is being transmitted and given to outside countries. We can export doctors, yes, our professional doctors, and the country can get a lot of money. We can export labor in terms of engineers. We can export labor in terms of people who are the plumbers. We can have and we can produce more from our universities. We can export labor in terms of the innovators who are going to repair vehicles, computers abroad. Yes, but not housemaids. No, that business is basically turning our African daughters and our sons into slaves. The 21st century slave master is more dangerous than a slave master of the 1835 and 1947. That is the thesis I'm talking about here. And 300 years ago, the type of slave master we used to have did not have much technology. It was a muscle business. The Africans provided muscle energy, services of energy. Today, they are providing services of the behind. You understand what I'm talking about? That is ridiculous, and they never get tired of doing these things to the African son and daughter. So yes, we got freedom, we got independence. That means we can sustain our lives. And so, Mr. President and those standing, please share with us your vision. What is the vision for the young people? What do you have for us? Yes, construct for us all the good roads. We want free electricity. Yes, we need that electricity. We need free water. Uganda has a plenty of water. Don't tax us when our companies are still in 5 years, we are still struggling. Don't tax us a lot. You may actually make it free tax for young people who are trying to open up these companies, so that we stop go to Qatar and Dubai and where as housemaids looking for capital. Young people, we must push government to provide us, a good policy framework on land, so that we go and in agriculture, because Uganda is too fertile and has plenty of water, and so families should give us land. We want to dig, want to do modern agriculture, modern farming, and want to add value on it. Turn tomatoes into tomato sauce, and we have 90% of the products that are in supermarkets manufactured and produced by young people. We will not be slaves to these people in the West and in Asia and Middle East. No, we will not, because opportunities are plenty here. What is lacking here is the leadership to give us a vision, a transformative framework of policies that defend talents and dreams of young people. That is what we want. That is what we want. And please, Mr. President, please give us a framework. We don't need donations from you in terms of cash. We need a vision. We want to be mentored. We need models. We want markets. We want a market for our products. That's all. In African countries, all of them to be able to buy our products from Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Nigeria, South Africa. Yes. And indicators are very progressive, that now we have 16% of our GDP coming from our business transmissions within African continent. That means a lot to us. By maybe 2030, the African countries will be having 80% of their GDP from inter-trade outcomes and efforts, and will break these barriers of borders and will become a borderless economy on the continent of Africa. That's what we want. We don't want to become slaves to these people who manipulated us politically, religiously, manipulated us socially, culturally, are continuing to manipulate us through the financial banking system and through education. We don't know even who we are. We don't know these names that I'm called Milton. I don't know the meaning of Milton. This manipulation should end through a revolutionary wake-up call to make sure we end these types of businesses that turn the African child into a slave, into a tool for homosexuality, for bestiality. My God, they use us just like tools through through these opportunities, and they are selling our body parts, in China and everywhere around the globe. So I want to see that before we even discuss other bigger micro issues, we must also bring these matters on the table at the United Nations, but also discussed in the BRICS. Before you become a member of the BRICS, we must discuss what are the issues of the African child. These are the issues: unemployment. What is the cause of unemployment? It's because our economy has been manipulated, and so we only survive on imports. Can you imagine? Only on imports. We don't produce anything, nothing. We produce nothing. And how do you create jobs if you don't have these factories? Factories using our cotton that are grown in our local villages, turning them into clothes. And so these are economies that are turning an African child into an empty human being. Yet we were born with creativity. Yet we are born with blessings. Yet we are born with innovations. And then they don't operate. Governments in Africa don't allow all these things to be operated, to be allowed to come on the display and create the innovations and the products we want. And then after the degree in Makerere University, someone say, I'm unemployed, let me go to Qatar as a housemaid. That's nonsense. That is manipulation. That is slavery. That is destruction of Africa's future and our misuse of our most precious gold, who are our children, turning them into useless human beings on the earth. Yet we have educated them. Yet we have sold land to educate them. Yet we have invested in them. And at the end of the day, we don't know how to harvest their talents, their dreams, their innovations, and then we call ourselves leaders of the 21st century. That must stop right away. And if you're voting, please vote for somebody who's speaking like me, who's demonstrating the vision to African countries like me. And then when they become presidents, then we can have some hope that indeed the African child will walk his chest up, his head up, and he can invent and lift Africa to become the next superpower of the world through innovations and the economy and social cultural revolution.